Missouri Senator Josh Hawley's here. How seriously is Washington taking these, looks like domestic terror attacks against Tesla?
Well, it ought to be serious, particularly if you follow the money, as you were just pointing out, Jesse. I mean, really, it's time to blow the lid off the dark money operation of the left. They've been doing this for years. They've been funding all kinds, whether we're talking about terrorism on campuses, the pro-Hamas terrorists, whether we're talking about these attacks on Tesla, whether we're talking about what's happened at people's homes, the justices' homes of the Supreme Court, for instance. All of that is AstroTurf left-funded garbage. We ought to find out where all of it is coming from. But Jesse, I'll also just say this. The left have really gotten to be a bunch of weirdos. I mean, just a year ago, they were all driving EVs and touting their moral virtue for doing so. And now they're burning down the dealerships, disrupting the State of the Union. These people are weird. And that's why the American people will not give them power.
I mean,
If you're new to this channel, I've been saying this for the longest time that I believe the left wing, leftists participate in more political violence than the right. Every example you can give me, I can give you two. You give me January 6th, I give you BLM, I give you Antifa, I give you Chaz, Seattle riots. Yo, these some violent people. And this is a tendency that I noticed with the left wing. And this is one of the reasons why I made a video long time ago. It was a while. I think I triggered a lot of leftists with that video. I said on that video that the left hates critical thinkers. And this is one of the reasons why. You saw from the intro that leftists are attacking Tesla owners, Tesla dealerships, staff, vehicles. They're vandalizing vehicles, burning charging stations. This is in Seattle, by the way, the most left-wing place, one of the most left-wing places in the union, in our country, Seattle, where Chaz happened, where they firebomb police stations. Yeah, this place. But the left want to sit here and pretend, oh, far-right extremists, oh. And the funny part is that when you look at these stats where they're talking about political violence on these fake experts, these fake studies, if you look at the methodology, they don't define what a far left, they don't define what far left is. If it's not far left, they consider it automatically far right. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You got all these eco-extremists, all the look at them. Look how they pivot on a dime. Oh, Tesla was our golden boy. You know, Elon was our golden boy. Oh, he's gonna address climate change. We love electric cars. And now he supports a political candidate they don't like. Oh, he's evil now. They want to go out here and attack him now. And the funny part is, what's the saying goes in right wing circles, and this is why conservatives are winning the argument, right? I saw an interview with Sam Cedar. He was getting cooked. I'm sorry, Sam Cedar was getting cooked. Maybe I'll do a reaction video to that too. But Sam Cedar's getting cooked because they have nothing of substance backing them. Every accusation is a confession. When they sit here calling MAGA a cult, these people are the real cultists. Check out this clip from Tim Pool explaining how a lot of these young people get wrapped up into doing stuff like this.
The regular people get invited are meant to create a mass the police can't handle, and it's designed to indoctrinate. So what they'll do is they'll say, peaceful protest, everybody come. Then the direct action group has the yellow organizers. These are people who will be in the front line with the cops yelling at them and will be directing the mass. And then the red actors, the red group, are usually crowded around in the centers, and they'll throw bricks, throw M80s, throw less so Molotov. We don't see a lot of Molotovs in the United States, though it did happen in the George Floyd riots. Or they will directly barricade themselves to buildings. They expect to get arrested. The goal is to create chaos. So the mass of regular people have no idea what's going on. That's the green zone. It's the biggest. Is to cover up what they're doing. They'll say, hey, everybody, wear masks. Show up wearing a hoodie in solidarity. That way the police can't identify who the bad actors are. The other reason they do it is that they intentionally will start a fight with the cops. So the cops arrest all these run-of-the-mill college students. That way they go to jail, are terrified, and then while in jail, the cultist far leftists will say, see, aren't cops evil? Look what they're doing to you. You didn't even do anything wrong. You were peacefully protesting. That's unconstitutional. They're fascists. I know. Let's all sing songs together. Not kidding. Literally how they do it. Then they're all singing together. Then when they're finally being let go, they say, here's my phone number. Call me. Let's hang out. And that's how they indoctrinate young people into their cult. They intentionally get them arrested. They plan. I will say this to all the young people out there. They want you to get arrested. They will instigate a fight with the cops, so the cops arrest you and then look you in the eyes and say, look how evil they are for doing this.
It's going to get a lot harder for the left wing side of the aisle to really come across as virtuous. Like these are some selfish people. These are selfish people who try to pretend that their selfishness is some kind of virtue. I want society to be a certain way. Okay, how does it benefit to society for society to be this way? Look at all the drawbacks that your way will do it. Oh, free healthcare for all. How's free healthcare fair when people who are sick, they'll use it more than people who are healthy? Are you doing anything to make yourself healthier? No. But you expect healthy people who use it less than you do to pay the same amount as you. Make it make sense. Oh, it's free. No, it's not. All you did was pass the burden. Instead of you paying it, you want society to pay it. And how do you do good by the society? Are you trying to make yourself healthier? Are you trying to keep yourself healthy? No. You just believe you can do whatever you want, and you want someone else to pay the buck for you, pay the bill for you. I can eat all this food, and someone else is going to pay the bill. That's selfishness. This is why I say socialism is slavery. And it's a common fact. Here's Joe Rogan. 55,000 Democrat NGOs were discovered that they've been contributing to campaigns and moving things around and pushing propaganda. Right? They are all connected, and they found it through AI. And that's how you have to go through steps to figure out where the money's coming from. It's all funneling down. Many people know this. Many people recognize this. Here's a quote from Thomas Sowell. Anyone who studies history of ideas should notice how much more often people on the political left, more so than others, denigrate and demonize those who disagree with them instead of answering their questions. Isn't this what's going on with Elon Musk right now? Look at the tactics. Look at how they approach themselves. Look, death threats, right? I tell people all the time, the most closest thing to racism I've ever experienced is from Democrats. Oh, you're a black man? Oh, how could you agree with Republicans? What are you talking about? I'm an American. What do you mean? How can I? Why shouldn't I vote Republican? How is me voting Republican going against my best interest? Somehow you barely know me, yet you know for some strange reason that me voting Republican goes against my best interest? Huh, leftist? Racist? Like some of these people, this is why they love identity politics. They want to be able to categorize people and just blatantly assume based on your race, oh, you're supposed to think this way, you're supposed to act this way, you're supposed to behave this way. Right. And Matt Von Swole, he's back. I like his tweets here. I think it gives you a more like kind of the idea of how people on the left could think. As a former liberal, I think the right is fundamentally misunderstanding what is behind the current attacks on Elon. I've seen a lot of rhetoric around how liberals just want to see everything burn. This is incorrect. It's actually worse. They believe they're doing true good in the world and that torching a Tesla creates an overall net positive. To get to this point, you have to fully believe a left-wing narrative about anyone successful, and this is that. Exactly. The socialists, they call them robber baron. This is why they use language like that. Like you hear who's one loony that I listen to? Kyle Kalinske. He talks about how these capitalists, they're robber barons. No, the true robber barons are people who work in the government. You see the waste, fraud, and abuse. And this is the funny part. This is why I said every accusation is a confession. Every accusation is a confession. Socialists will call capitalists robber barons. Okay, what did the capitalists do? Capitalists come to you and say, hey, I have a good idea, but I need funding. But if you give me this funding, I'll return to you 20% or you have a stake in my company. You said, good, okay, fine. Capitalist goes on to create PayPal, right? These robber barons, they create stuff. They create stuff for the money that was given to them. What do socialists create? You give a socialist $800 billion and then they'll indoctrinate your kids to think like a leftist. Make it make sense. You give a socialist $800 billion to structure education throughout your country and they deliver the worst results out of every other country. But you continually pouring more and more and more and more money. Socialism breeds waste, fraud, and abuse. And this is the funny part. And you want to talk about robber barons? How is not spending money on things that does not benefit the American people? How's that not robber barons? And this is the problem with the left. This is the problem with the left. Y'all sit here, y'all make these accusations, and y'all don't check yourselves and make sure y'all not in the same boat. So if both capitalists and socialists are robber barons, who should I trust? The capitalist, obviously, because the capitalist, he's beholden to me. The government is an unnatural monopoly. That's the reality of the government. The government is an unnatural monopoly. At least when a capitalist creates a company that ends up being a monopoly, the left goes, "Oh no, they're gonna abuse their power." But they don't talk about the biggest monopoly in the world, the government. Make it make sense. The biggest robber barons are people who work in the government. You don't see how they're making money off of security clearance? This is why they get so mad when Tulsi Gabbard revokes their security credentials or their security clearance, because they're grifting off the government. Make that make sense. You're literally taking the people's money and you give them a bad product. That's robbery. When a customer in a capitalist society, right? Socialists, you hate this, but this is accountability. If Amazon keeps effing up their service, I can cancel at any time and stop giving them my money. When the government F's up, I can't stop giving them my taxes. But for some reason, they think the capitalist is the robber baron. Every accusation is a confession. If you're successful, the only way you could have gotten there is by taking advantage of someone else. Being successful is akin to being a tyrant, and tyrants must be punished. Some successful people get out of the left line of sight by saying all the right woke things, giving money to the right causes, sufficiently apologizing for their personhood. This is liberals. It's strikingly similar to religious rituals. And I've been saying this for a long time. The left do have a religion. Their ideology becomes a religion. And this is the funny part. When atheists like to chastise, "Oh, zealotry. Oh, we don't like religion because it will lead to zealotry." I always remember this verse growing up. You don't remove God. You merely replace God. Either money will be your God or your ideology will be your God. But you're going to serve something. You're going to worship something. And the left has found meaning in this. And this is why I'm saying this is why the left is called a cult. There is nothing, absolutely nothing you can do for supporting President Trump. It is the great sin in the left's religion. President Trump is so hated on the left, it's nearly impossible to convey how high this level of hatred rises. He is their literal devil, and if you dance with him, you are no different. It's upside down world of morality where everything goes if you believe you are fighting true evil, what the left fundamentally believe they are. This is what the right seems to be misunderstanding today. The current crisis for liberals is watching an existential battle between good and evil where they believe evil is about to win forever. No. I think the current crisis with the liberals is that they're watching their party, the Bill Maher types, the Jimmy Dore types, they're watching their party essentially be held hostage by these type of people, by these emotional people. And you wonder why the Democrats don't know what to do with themselves, because the Democrats don't know who to appeal to. They appeal to the extremists, they lose everyone else. They appeal to the centrists, they lose a significant portion of their base. The ones that elected David Hogg as their vice chair. And this is the Democrats are literally stuck a rock in a hard place. If you're good and the other side is evil, then nearly every action to fight evil is justified. Once you understand this, everything you see will start to make sense. Hey, shout out to Matt Von Swole. That's a cool name, Swole. But I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with me and believe that left-wing participate in more left-wing violence? Yet it always seems like the feds, the federal government, they have no interest in prosecuting these people, finding these people, as much as they like to find people singing at an abortion clinic to protest abortion. Yeah, you can find, arrest, and put to jail these people, these pro-life activists. You can put them to jail. But for some reason, these people vandalizing Teslas, burning charging stations, damaging properties, throwing Molotovs at police stations, no interest in finding these people. And when you do find them, you got left-wing politicians creating bail funds to bail them out, but they get mad when Donald Trump pardoned January 6ers after they suffered 3 years in prison. I mean, 3 years in prison for damaging property. I think that's fair. Assaulting a cop, yeah, that seems fair. But you, what? Maybe they spent a day in jail and you already bailed them out. Left, like everything is pure hypocrisy. But maybe it's not hypocrisy. Maybe they just believe my way or the highway. And this is the authoritarian of the left. This is authoritarianism. Look at the authoritarianism. And they justify it by painting you, demonizing every opposition. This is why I said that the left do not like critical thinkers. This is why the left can't keep Joe Rogan types. Because you actively push people like him out of your ideological echo chamber. Because the left-wing side of the aisle has become nothing more than a purity test. How leftist can you be? And if you disagree with a leftist, that's blasphemy. The left do have a religion, their ideology. My way or the highway. You must do everything in the pursuit of power, even if it means to commit evil. And socialists have been saying this for a long time. And it just feels like people finally realize the true nature of the left. Then when Cenk Uygur, anti-Kasparian types who seem more reasonable tries to tell their side, yo, we're making a mistake. You're making America hate us. They get into work from the left. Yet they want to sit here and say that MAGA is a cult. MAGA disagree with a lot of things that Donald Trump can do. MAGA disagreed with the vaccines, right? MAGA disagree when Trump does things that the movement believe is going against the interests of the American people, right? With the AI stuff, they didn't really like the AI investment stuff, right? You can find anyone who voted for Trump. They can tell you exactly why they don't agree with him 100%. But on the left, they require you to agree 100% or else. But I digress. I'll leave it there. I know I went on a little mini rant at the end. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll be interested to hear what your thoughts about left-wing extremists, far left violence, and why it doesn't get as much attention as when incidents on the right happens. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you feel so inclined. It really does help me out in the algorithm, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.